Gamma and
Oh,
Joe.
that's a vibe.
Oh, that's the old one. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. We were playing around. That's our starting stream soon animation. Ruby made that, didn't she?
Yeah, Ruby and Gamma.
Yeah, and Gamma made the logo with the bubbling on the top.
Yep.
But I did just start it though. Hey, YungKhan, thanks for the follow. I don't have a sweet little catch, so it's just saying, thank you, man. I appreciate you.
Joe, you need to work on that, man.
Yeah.
I need to work on a
All
lot of
right.
stuff.
Step your game up.
You guys are so fun.
Oh, yeah,
right.
now it's going.
Built-in mono. Built-in mono recording.
So you all set with like Audacity or a recording program?
I use it all the time, so
Okay, cool.
yeah. Well, I used it past tense all the time when we did the podcast.
What's up, Spikel's man?
We're experiencing technical difficulties. We lost Ruby. She's probably in her chair like, no.
Oh boy. Hey,
That is a vicious guard dog you have there.
man, don't hate on the wiener hound dog. All right.
I would never.
He's ready to do work. He'll let you know where any raccoon is.
Where are you that the sun is still out? Oh, you're 3 hours ahead or behind. Okay.
Yeah, you know,
I forgot.
California.
You're in the past.
Sunny and beautiful. It's like 78 degrees here.
PC crashed, not a normal crash. May need to run an antivirus.
All that midget porn she was downloading.
Wow.
Only go with verified sources, my friend.
I don't know if that checks out or not.
LimeWire is not your friend.
Wow,
Right.
you just dated yourself by
Seriously.
LimeWire. My
Hey.
gosh.
Joe, you remember that.
Oh, you know it. I
Don't-
still have
don't
2,000
pretend.
songs from LimeWire. That and Kaza.
2000?
Oh,
That's
man.
it?
I would.
Man.
Those
Oh,
are
that
rookie
neophyte.
numbers.
I'm just an average music pirater, all right? I don't know, I only had a certain amount of space on my Dell or Gateway.
We gotta bump those numbers up.
Well, now.
Oof. I don't
Probably
think I can throw
3,000.
one we strike. Oh, wow, that's really weird. I can't even sketch with this thing on. Oh, jeez. Let's not try that again.
Ooh.
I guess I can't draw and do Discord at the same time. Because it's like super
Yeah, my
laggy.
computer didn't like it either. So I want to know how Clinton did it.
He's probably got a more advanced setup. He's in the future. But then again, all his skills are in the future.
What?
That puts me on a hold. I guess that's okay.
Oh, Ruby was just clarifying. It was food porn.
Food
she
porn.
was- that
Nice.
she was looking for. Misspoke.
Ah, the most erotic.
Yeah, I love watching some fries dipped in milkshake.
You eat a lot
Slow
of fast
motion.
food, don't you?
Slow motion. Man, we don't have a choice.
Are you in a slave camp? What do you mean you don't have a choice?
Well, okay. When they go, you have 10 minutes to eat. Can't necessarily go somewhere that's not
You gotta
fast food.
plan ahead, my friend. You gotta plan ahead.
I do take my lunch most of the time.
But on a 24-hour shift, that only lasts for like the first 45 minutes you're at
Yeah, I
work.
can't bring a fridge with me.
You gotta get a 6-pack bag.
You
There
know
you
what? I
go.
did see those meal prep bags.
They're legit.
Do they actually keep your food
Yes, they
cold
do.
though? They do.
Yes, they do.
Okay.
You gotta put a
Then I'm
pack
gonna
in it,
look
but
into
yeah.
them because that would work really well actually. So that beat the 3 meals right there. Boom, boom, boom.
That's me solving problems.
I dig it. I dig it. Ruby, can you hear me out in space through this
Through
stream
the
starting?
Ethernet.
I've eaten nothing but burgers and chicken for the past 2 days.
Nice. That sounds like a dream come true.
Meat was on sale.
Having chicken and veggies tonight. Looking forward to that.
That's what I have every night, except for last night. I ate a whole large pepperoni pizza.
The whole thing?
Yeah.
Do you really do chicken and veggies every night?
Mm-hmm. Chicken,
Oh,
veggies,
man.
and a salad to wash it down.
I could not do chicken that often.
I don't look at food like most people do.
Just a fuel source.
Mm-hmm. I got
I'm
things
not.
to do. I enjoy my food when I enjoy my food, but outside of that, I'm trying to get from point A to point B
Not me.
without getting the colon cancer.
I like the cooking.
All
You
right.
don't like the cooking?
No, I do like cooking. That's why I like to change it up.
No, I'm in too much. I got too much to do to cook. Like different meals every day.
I find cooking to be therapeutic. It's like the best time to unwind.
Iron lines in a different way.
All right. Ruby suggested that we start. So, till she gets in, I will make this visible again, and then I'll have to change the boxes real quick just to make everything line up until she gets in, and then I'll have to do it again after. Oh, for some reason mine still matches up. All right. So Ruby, if you can hear me, when you come in, just when you start recording, just give a clap or like just something for a spike. That way I can match it up for editing, and we should be good to go with that. That'll mark it for me well enough, and then I'll make a note of it too. I'll just play around with these frames for about another 15 seconds. Find who is who. Oh. Make that a little bit bigger. There we go. That's pretty. Okay, one more. Get the Tyler.
I'm liking this ISO cube meal prep thing. This is cool.
You Googling it?
Oh yeah.
You're a firefighter, right?
Medic.
Medic. Oh, okay.
Yeah, hopefully by July, hoping to get into the fire department.
Oh, so you're going for
then-
firefighter though?
Yeah, and then from there, I'm gonna try and get in with urban search and rescue. That's the game plan.
Let me. Ruby, I don't have a picture for you right now, but
Firefighter in California is a very sought after position. So we'll see.
believe it. No, they're not volunteer. They're all paid positions.
Yeah, California has one of the best paid firemen in the country. I think New York's up there and one other state, but because we deal with a lot of wildfires, they get paid pretty good.
Yeah,
Let's say you have to with that chaos.
there's
Yeah, and California's a little different than like some other places in the country. Like you have to be an EMT in order to be a firefighter. So every firefighter you meet's an EMT or higher.
That's how it is here in Ohio.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it should just be like that across the board, personally. Firefighters usually the first on scene anyway, so makes
Here,
sense.
they're first on thing for everything.
Yeah, no, they really are. It's like anytime a 911 call.
Dings your car.
Yeah.
As a firefighter. That'll be $3,000. Excuse me.
Yeah. Hold on.
Hey, I'll pay taxes.
Can we negotiate this?
Was there another firefighter I could like in the department I could like rate with, or
Right.
you guess price compare? No. Oh, okay.
If I wash your truck, are we square?
all right.
I think I'm gonna be buying this ISO bag. This is cool. It's got a drink pouch. Fantastic.
That's the wrong color. Here we go.
Hey, look at that. I'm on the wrong thing. Too many accounts.
You got a lot of accounts, my friend.
Yeah.
I barely managed the one I have.
It's I think there's just too much going on. There's a lot going on. All right, I'll shoot a tweet out real quick. Boom. All right. Tyler, you just keep on looking awesome.
Yeah, you know. I can be pretty. I just turn to the right. So, longingly.
I got a new monitor bracket that I put up yesterday. That I had one monitor that was on the desk, but it was real low, and it was kind of bothering me a little bit. So I got a bracket, and now it looks like it's the damn Matrix. I'm not used to it yet. And I got 3 monitors. One's like way up high, and I feel like I'm looking at the ceiling, but it's okay. We make do. I'll mess with it another night. But if you guys are all set, we will go ahead and start recording.
Yeah, let's do it.
Just tell me when.
All right. So how we're gonna do a countdown, and it's just gonna be 1, 2, 3, press record. 1, 2, 3, clap, just for a marker. So 1, 2, 3, press record. 1, 2, 3, clap. Perfect. Nailed it. First try.
Coordinated.
Oh, man. Oh, thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight for episode 6 of Pixels After Dark. Tonight, we are not alone. We have a very special guest with the most epic beard ever, Mr. YungKhan. How you doing
How's
tonight?
it going?
What's up, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good.
I
It's a
had to bring
pleasure to
up
be
the
here.
beard. I had to bring up the beard.
Soak it in.
I do.
I
I
guess.
envy the beard so much. I idolize it. One day I will have an epic beard as yours. No, sorry, man. I got the nervous jitters. You're such an awesome dude. You're one of the most supportive people in the community, and you're just one of the nicest guys ever. So I really appreciate you coming on and chatting with us tonight about art and all the fun stuff that you do.
It's an honor to be here, but I'm not anybody special.
You are a very special guy. Don't sell yourself short.
No, you're a very special guy. You do more for people than I do. That's a fact. Write it down. Take notes. Take notes, chat. Take
I,
notes.
I am taking notes. Oh, all right.
Chat.
Uh,
You can take notes too, though. I mean, I'm not going to stop you from taking notes for
okay.
yourself.
I'm gonna be taking notes once we get into the grit of the episode. That's for sure.
Right. Well, let's jump right into it. Earlier today, we were a little behind, and I sent you the show notes. I didn't have any questions written down for that, but Tyler came out of the gate this afternoon when he got off work and was like, "I got some questions," and he put them in, and literally every single one of them's perfect. So why don't we just jump right into it?
All right.
First off, Tyler, why don't you lead us right into it?
All right. So I think one of the craziest things about just the last couple of years with you is how you've gone from being kind of a hobby artist to then semi to now you're 100% doing art full time, and it's kind of your living at this point, correct?
Yeah, this is my full time passion. It's still
That's awesome.
bizarre. It's still bizarre.
I guess the question is, what goals did you give yourself to transition from hobby artist to doing it as a full-time profession?
I didn't really set any goals, really. It kind of just took on a life of its own. I just really got back into doing art because I just really wanted to draw again, and I took a decade off from making stuff, and the goal when I first got back into it was just to play Destiny, and I like to get into doing some fan art, and what inspired that was Cobb One. So I saw Cobb One's Instagram, oh man, I used to do graffiti and stuff and do art like that. It'd be really fun if I can get back into doing it. So I got a little cheapo refurb Macintosh MacBook and got into it drawing with the trackpad, which is legendary. Now the trackpad is legendary now for some reason. Drawing with the trackpad still gets oohs and ahs. I'm like, is it really that hard? I don't know. Maybe it is. But the goals after that, when I started making stuff for money, was oh, I can get some groceries. They're oh, I can do a car payment. Oh, I can pay the mortgage.
That's a pretty good one to have.
Then I was at my bartending job, and I was just giving away all the tables. I was basically just going and opening up and just standing around you can have that, you can have that. I'm just grinding out of my keyboard fearlessly on the Wi-Fi, just burning up all my time there. Why do you come in? I don't know. I'm managing, I guess. I don't know. No one's surprised when I put my 2 weeks in. All right, I'm out of here, guys. We were waiting. I don't know.
That's awesome. That's cool that you were able to transition so smoothly at that point, where it wasn't even a question on why you're still doing it.
I was holding on to the job for 6 months of just working Sunday and Monday, but I would get there on Monday and open up and leave in the first 45 minutes. They're oh, you guys want to take over? All right, I'm out here. It's been fun.
Awesome. Oh, that is awesome. So, do you think the primary reason why you were able to switch was because of Twitch?
I don't know. It wasn't the Twitch. I don't even count Twitch as part of my income, really, because it wasn't really I enjoy helping. When you see me when I stream,
mm-hmm.
About 30% of that time is me helping people with their art problems, or trying to work out problems and mistakes, and trying to figure out design problems. So Probably not,
Yeah.
because everyone I help are doing their everyone that comes to the stream are artists doing their own art, and there are very rarely people that are hanging out that don't do art or don't help with art or artists themselves. So
Right.
it's
Right.
not really like it's that kind of thing. I mainly did it because my former co-host Too Loud TX was like, you should probably stream that, and I was like, I don't think that's a good idea, and I did, and I was wrong, and I said I'm sorry. So that's that story.
That's funny. So your art, primarily your commissions come from doing overlays and emotes and things like that, correct? Or do you do bigger commissions as
I
like your
am now I'm doing a couple NDA projects that I can't speak on until they're revealed.
That's
So
awesome.
yeah, I'm still surprised.
Now, last year you went to TwitchCon. Do you think attending like a convention of that size, being surrounded by other content creators and everything, gave kind of like a little bit of a boost with some of the commissions that you do?
Probably not actually, because it's such a huge event. You kind of get lost in
Mm-hmm.
the crowd. But a lot of people, which was very like surreal, it was super surreal. People would stop and call my name out, and like, I never see anything in your chat. I lurk a lot, but I love your stream. I'm like,
I feel like I'm that guy. I feel like I lurk all the time. And people would have no idea who I'm.
but it happened like several times throughout the day. I'm like, are they like all congregating and like just freaking me out?
They're like, all right, your turn to go call him.
Yeah, it's 2 o'clock, Tyler. You gotta go. It's your turn.
It was weird. I even had Mighty Mouse come up to me. I did some emotes for him. The former UFC champ. He's like he streams WoW on Twitch,
Dude, that
and
guy's
he
my
called
hero.
my name out. And I was like, what? What's going on here? So like every like little step I make still doesn't feel like real at all.
I'm pretty jealous of that. I'm not gonna lie. That guy's like my hero.
I used to fight. He's my hero too, but
Yeah.
I'm a much larger man than he is. I didn't know how small he was. Like in person, I met him. Like
Yeah.
he could probably mess all this up real quick because he's like he's
So
tight.
Mighty Mouse.
He's Mighty Mouse. No, I'm not.
That's awesome. So you did emotes for him, huh?
Yeah, we did like a few batches of emotes.
That's cool.
Nice guy.
Do you get surprised by any of your commissions sometimes where someone from Twitch will reach out to you for emotes or something and you're like, what? How?
Yeah, I'm surprised when anybody reaches out. Actually, I still like I look at my art and way it's progressed. Over the past 2 years, like it's gotten better, and I still see people that do art that are way, way, I believe, leaps and bounds more talented, but I don't think they get the same exposure. I'm not sure what it is. Maybe that's just me like looking at Mario like it's B minus. It's acceptable. It's getting better. So it's not B plus yet, but we're working on it. I see people are to like it's A. There's like it's an S rating, but they're not really like I don't know. I don't know if their confidence is like really low or something, but they're not like really pressing the envelope for their work. And it's crazy. I grind a lot.
I was about to say, I feel like a lot of that is contributed to how hard you work, though, because we were talking about this the other day, me and a couple of people in DCA, about how certain artists that were in DCA, how much they've grown, and it's purely based off of how much you guys put in and how much work you do. And it's impressive to say the least.
Oh, absolutely.
8 to 10 hours a day. 8 to 12 hours a day.
Yeah, no,
7 days a week.
I think just yesterday I saw you pop up on my notifications 2 or 3 times that you were streaming.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, it's Easter Sunday. Oh, he took a break to eat. Okay, so he worked.
Oh no, Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones.
Did you watch last night?
Yeah, that's what time I take a break.
Yeah. Okay.
With the lady.
Yeah.
That's the only lady time I have is to watch GOT with her.
That was a good episode. I like where it's going. I can't wait for the next one. But there's not a Game of Thrones. But I guess we'll talk about that later. I
will say this about Game of Thrones, though. Have you guys seen the unrelated spoilers thing going on Twitter?
No.
With Game of Thrones? Oh my gosh. Look it up. It's hilarious. It's random images that have nothing to do with Game of Thrones.
But it ties spoilers.
Yeah, it ties direct. And the
those.
moment you see them, you're like, oh my gosh, that exactly happened. But you gotta look up the Ellen DeGeneres one. That one's the best one so far.
That's a good one. That's a
Yeah.
good
Write
one.
it down.
Yeah.
Nice. What else?
So do you still find time for personal art with all your commissions and stuff, and how much work you're actually doing?
I have personal like projects that I'm like getting off the ground. So yes and yes and yes. Oh, let's say just say yes.
Yes, and yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I take a large swatch of time and I'll just grind it out early in the morning, and I'll do my 20-minute warm up sketches, which are becoming infamous now because people are like, "You do that in 20 minutes?" I'm like, "Yeah, but it took me 2 years to get here to do this in 20 minutes."
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
This
we're
would
gonna
have
have a
taken
challenge
me like 3 weeks.
later on.
Challenge?
Oh yeah, 30
Hey,
second
Sean.
challenge later on.
30-second challenge. I'm game. I'm game.
So we'll see. We'll see if your 20-minute warm ups have prepared you for such a challenge.
He was streaming right before he got on here with us. He's warmed up. He was drawing while we were setting up.
We're icing the pitcher right now. You know, we're gonna keep throwing questions at him so he gets cold, and then we're gonna be like, bam.
Good point.
Can't slow me down. Not yet.
That's all.
Yeah. But I will say, Khan, you have one of the most. I mean, I've lurked and hung out in your chats for probably 2 years. Doing stuff with the project hour, I'll be writing an article for, Destiny Tracker back, a couple years ago. And every single time I just couldn't, for some reason, like focus too much by listening to just like music and getting into it. But I would boot up Twitch, and almost every time you were streaming artwork, and it's always the most relaxing, positive environment that I can find on Twitch. I mean, I just, it's like a zen in your chats, and everybody's so cool, so laid back. The artwork, just everything, and even the music on Fridays just totally just rocks out for me. But I just can't thank you enough for putting that stream on when you do. I mean, it's a great content, and I don't know how you do it so fast. I mean, you're up to how many emotes now?
2,800.
Oh my gosh.
So pretty close to 3K. I'll hit 3K before GC, and then we'll do some special.
Yeah, but that's just counting emotes. That's not counting everything else that you do for people.
Oh
as
no!
Well. I mean,
I did like a rough countdown at the end of the year, so that was 4 months ago. I did 41. No, I did 28 rebrands, 41 logos and profile pictures, 2,400 emotes at the end of the year, and now I'm doing animations. So I'm doing
I saw
animate
that.
stuff. Yeah,
I saw that, and they're looking awesome. I love that startup video that you made for your channel with the YungKhan graphic. That looks so cool. How did you? This might be a question later on, but I'm going to ask it now. How did you get into that? What made you want to step into animation?
Every time I see something on Twitter, I want to try it out. So that's that. I always find something cool that I look at something like that looks amazing. How can I reverse engineer and make that? That is the genesis of almost everything you see like I've made. I'm always trying to like break down like techniques and watch like people's like I watch like the professional like the most professional stuff I've seen like created on Twitter, and I go for that highest benchmark, and that's why I didn't sell any like animations up until recently, where I felt like the skills were on par, and even now I'm still undercharging because I'm still getting my feet super into the UX, the motion design world. So you can think about like design in a 2D fashion, but a lot of it can be everything is actually 4-dimensional. It can move forward. It's in a 3-dimensional space. There's sound, and the camera can be turned and twisted to like anything. So all your what you think about and how you like visualize the project expands all your other arts, which is crazy. So when I think about doing a design now, I'm like, man, how could I like when I put these lines down, these 6, 7, 8 lines, how can I make this, slam together like in an animation and become something solid and cool. So
That's pretty interesting. So you finding animations actually improving your
mhm.
2D and 3D art?
Yeah, because I'm always like, well, I just did an animation of a bulldog for he's a veteran. He's a retired veteran,
Mhm.
U.S. Marine, and I did a double dog, and
Hmm.
I did it in vector, and I brought it over to After Effects. So I started tweaking it and manipulating the face and the brow and the eyes, and they blink and they glow, and it jumps up and out and it slams on the ground. And there's dust that comes off the actual like the dog's head, and there's fire coming out the background. It's and that's he didn't tell me any of that stuff. I'm just like, what would look really cool for a devil dog to jump out and like really they just burst into this onto the scene, and when the eyes glow, they flash, and then like light shoots from out the side. So a lot of animation, like watching a lot of like anime and cartoons from like in Mighty Morphin. A lot of stuff was inspired by Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Like I find inspiration in almost everything I've ever seen. So I take in a large visual library and just build and build and build. And that's why there's a large library behind me. I always like
Nice.
take in lots of information and then I try to reconstruct it into something like that would be me.
Very cool. So do you primarily use After Effects for your animations, or have you tried any other programs?
After Effects for now. I've got another animation program, and I've actually just hit up Spikles about some pixel art. So I'm gonna be
Nice.
trying that out next and trying to animate that because I told him my idea. I think he was in chat earlier, but I want to animate the scene from Midas and Punch Out where the guy's running on the bike and the guy's on the bike next to him and the
Mhm.
Statue of Liberty in the background. I want to animate myself into that. I think that'd be a cool starter project.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
No,
Pixel
that
art's always cool in animations.
with animation, did you do your own research and kind of
Mm-hmm.
self-taught, or did you reach out to other like known
Oh, both.
animation art? Oh, both.
Yeah, yeah.
That's awesome.
So some stuff I talked to Writing Jackal.
Hmm.
You guys know Jackal.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
And stuff other stuff is YouTube, and I took like a $14 Udemy course on After Effects, and there's so like it's the best time to be a creator like it ever existed because everything's so accessible and so like affordable. Like I
Yeah.
grew up, the first version of like Photoshop I used was in 1998, 97. The first time I used it, so it was a long time ago, and it was like you couldn't like go on the internet and like grab a bunch of like images and stock video in like 30 seconds and then like throw it together like, hey, this is your thing now. You had to like go out and get to go rent a camera. You had to bring it back and digitize the film. It was chaos. You had to put
That's
on a zip disk. This is there is no excuse you can't make anything nowadays. There's no excuse. Everything's in front of you, and it's all free.
So have you thought about doing 2D animation at all? Since you're
Oh yeah, I did a little short GIF of my of BongoCon. You didn't see that? It's pretty funny.
no, I'm gonna have to check
It's
it out.
like it's like 6 frames. It's just like my head on a table cut off. I've drawn myself in with it. He's like, look on his face, and he like smacks the table, and he like crushes it. The table breaks under his hands. It's funny.
Nice.
It's stupid, but it's funny. That took 15 minutes, by the way. Just how do you do animations? YouTube. All right. How do you do a bongo cat? All right. That's 1, 2 frames. 1, 2. You draw 2 images. Third one, you cut a little like a little emotion in the eyes. That's 3 frames. You just sync it up. You delay 1 frame, and then we slant on the last frame. You draw the cracks in the table. Then you got your five. That's your fifth frame. That's it. So nothing super complex. It can get more and more like animation gets super complex, but starting out, there's no reason you can't like draw like a circle bouncing, like a ball bouncing down like on a frame.
It's funny you talk about that. That was like the first thing they taught us in animation when I was doing a little bit of school for it. Was a ball bouncing, and it was actually pretty difficult with pencil and paper.
Yeah, like getting a realistic feel to something you created is still like really odd, and there's lots of tools in After Effects that'll take your image and like move it around, you can, like do placement and everything, so you can move the frame up. And say you want X object here and you want Y object here, you can like scoot it up in half an inch, no move over. Um, and even that, it still looks like it's like zigging over. It's like stops and it's all rigid. You have to animate the frames after, you gotta like pull it and then drag it back and like have the jaw line move this way and have the jaw move that way and stretch the skin to the left and right and have the there's like 1,000 things you can do to make it look more and more and more tangible and like it has actual form and feeling instead of having like my flat face going from left to right. But this nothing moves instead of the going. Yeah. Oh, not sure if you guys see that. I'm doing silly stuff now, but
I can see it. That's what I was watching. I was like, yeah, okay.
that slow punch, I move. Spit's going everywhere, like that.
Oh, I love it.
It's funny.
That's awesome that you're just expanding on everything that you're doing. I mean, you're expanding on just everything. Right?
I took a long break, so I feel like I'm behind artistically. So I was like I was probably artistically constipated, and I'm just like having like a free flow.
No, it's took a couple laxatives, and it's just
I'm just blowing a hole onto Twitter just every day. And then you get the question of how do you stay motivated to make stuff. I'm like, I just create. If the end goal isn't the thing, the goal is making the stuff. That's the fun part. Like that's the finished product isn't even in my head. It's just me putting the things down. I'm like, let's look at the goal. We'll be cooler than this. And you think about that, and you try to do that next, and you keep moving up and up and up and up and up. That's why I don't have a stopping point. There's no goal set right now. Just I don't know, make more cool stuff and inspire people to make cool stuff. Because I'd rather help you make something for yourself than me make it for you. Because that lesson will go on for you for the rest of your life. Like, I think that's
awesome.
the greatest gift I can give to anybody.
Yeah, from everything that I've learned in the past, you're a great teacher. You've mentored several different people that I know of, and I'm sure there's more on top of that you've helped out and helped them not increase their craft, but expand on their own craft to create on their own. A lot of people look at you as like a mentor because you are an excellent teacher and you're very approachable. And just following from what you just said, you'd rather teach someone or show somebody how to do something than do it for them. And
it's probably for me just working in education and teaching martial arts for a number of years. Kind of all just goes hand in hand.
Now, what'd you do in education?
Gym teacher.
You were a gym teacher.
For 3 years, yeah.
That is awesome. I did not know that. I love it.
A very long. It doesn't feel that long, but I have a very long life. I've done a lot of things. I've done lots of things.
I was in elementary education, K through 3rd.
Oh, I had high schoolers. Oh man, I love those kids.
So you had the fun gym.
Oh yeah. I was also security because I don't know, everyone feared me, but not feared me. They respected me.
I mean, pretty large guy, knows martial arts.
I was faster than all the kids, even though they were in high school. Like, how are you so fast? Or I was faster than them. Yeah, it was good times. Good times. Lots of races on foot outside.
Would you really?
It was the goal.
Yeah.
Beat the gym teacher in a foot race.
We ran a powerlifting club after school. I ran a powerlifting club, a chess club, and a philosophy club.
I like how all those fit together, but in not the ways you would think.
Yeah, a lot of the kids, like those kids were basically my kids because you don't get paid after after 3:00. It's like, oh, guess what? You got 30 minutes to have a staff meeting, maybe. I was at the school like 3 days a week until like 5, 6 p.m. like every week, until school let out, and then I would get Facebook like messages throughout the summer. Come back next year? I hope so.
That's awesome. So
Yeah.
did you do those three things because of martial arts basis?
No, I learned chess from my dad. Um, Me and my dad used to play chess all the time, and it's just a really good. It's a good game for your brain. It's good for strategy. It's good to like work problems out. And I used to work with a kid with Asperger's, and I taught him chess, and he would just like he would like eat it up, and he would like you can see his mind like unwinding and like just taking the game apart. I'm like, this is the best gift right here.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Very
Nice.
cool.
Well, why don't we get right into the potatoes and everything?
Taters.
The taters. Taters. I think first thing we touched base on this earlier, just real briefly with you researching and learning from other artists, collaborating and this and that learning. But how do you begin brainstorming for a new project?
Oh, new projects. If I'm taking on a project from somebody, I just ask for like a few simple things. So for me, my process and the commission process is a little bit different. I just want reference pictures
Mm-hmm.
and a mood. So just give me like 10 to 15 pictures of a direction of. They don't have to be related at all. They can just be the color blue, the sky, a truck door, a Fallout power armor. It doesn't really matter as long as you want to correspond that to the image, and I melt all that down. So depending on like if I'm doing a piece for like a profile picture, and that's the easiest because everything's pretty much already like the concept's already done. So it's Destiny armor or want to be a Fortnite character, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Logo design is much different because you're taking a cacophony of like ideas and trying to bring that down to a single glyph and trying to boil that down to a single image and message. And that's different from like um, an icon. So like making all that stuff work together like seamlessly is just something that when I go to put the ideas together, I put it all up on the side and I can give reference all these images at one time to look at them because the shading and lighting is something might be different and the gold shine is different in this, or there's a cyberpunk feel to a few of these pictures, so I had to bring in some pinks and blues and purples and try to highlight it. So a lot of it that is just boiling those ideas down, but the design part is me looking at a lot of like nouveau design that is on the internet and what is really hot in the market, stuff like that. So a lot of it's research and going for the feel you want because I can almost do any feel, and that's just for me gathering like information of the kind of like person that they are. 'Cause I can do esports,
Mhm.
you want to do the metal thing, we do the metal thing, we do just the Fortnite thing, do the Fortnite thing, we do I don't know. There's a million options, and I try to like tailor each thing. So I try to do anything cookie cutter. That's why none of my lowly emotes look the same, and none of the rage emotes look exactly the same. I'm just like I don't want to have a template because that gets super boring, and that's not creative at all. Like except for like the only thing you can't really like get out of the frame for is doing those Pepe emotes, because if you mess up the frame, that emote is dead. A bad Pepe emote is like you might as well just shoot it. You must stick it to the back of the barn and shoot it in the back of the head. It's done. It's not going anywhere, baby.
I've never thought of Pepe emotes that way.
Oh, if you like twerk the lines a little bit too much to the left or the eyes not looking right, it just off.
Now, some
It's
people
like
might not know what a Pepe emote is. Can you describe it
oh,
for an audio listener?
it is a cartoon frog that has got the most bizarre internet history of any meme I've ever known or ever will know. Like my internet meme started with Dancing Baby in the '90s with Ally McBeal. That's my internet meme. That's where I got started. So Pepe is a whole different bag that's been ripped up, torn apart, reconstructed some would call it an abomination on Twitch, but it's just like
Abomination of memes.
it is a pox on your house. That's what it is.
I love the description.
Mm.
Okay. Well, that should paint a picture for any listeners right there.
Yeah, audio listeners
Don't
are
Google
all...
Pepe emotes. You're gonna get some images. Don't do it. I've warned you.
That's freaking funny.
That's awesome. Tyler, you want to take us next one? We can go back and forth. Teamwork.
Yeah, no, that works since Ruby is MIA tonight. But she's in chat. She's in chat. I see you, Ruby.
Yeah, Ruby's hanging out in chat.
I guess the main next question would be tools, techniques, and things that you utilize for your artwork. So I know, that you discuss that you use After Effects and stuff. But what's your primary program for drawing at this point? Is it Clip Studio? Is it now Adobe Illustrator? Because I know you're getting into the vector stuff. Or are you just kind of all over the place?
I'm all over the place with it. Well, the programs I use, I like to if you got a hammer, you can use a hammer to do most anything, but it's better to have a claw hammer. It's better to have a hatchet. Sometimes it all depends on what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
So the tools at hand, I mainly create in Clip Studio the sketches. So all the emotes are done in Clip Studio, stuff like that. Simple illustrations. I do all in Clip, but then I take all my sketches for my more complex like logos and things I need to have like pro done for other content. Is go straight to Illustrator, and from there it might go to Photoshop to touch up with some lighting. Because Clip Studio is a great program. It's super intuitive. It's really easy for people that are new to illustration to like get into, and the tools are like super handy. So if you got a shaky hand, there are stabilizers in it that will make the most shaky hand look like the most stable Picasso line you ever drawn in your life. So it's really easy to use. I highly recommend it. But Illustrator is for your professional work, your logo design, your mascot design. If you want to do assets for a brand, you want to have clean lines. You want to do like a professional image. You want to get screen printed. It's best to have a Illustrator, a vectored image, and After Effects is where I go to Photoshop. Then after that, so some things just they run through every single program. Some just take a tumble down the rabbit hole.
Really?
In Photoshop,
So do you like sketch in Clip Studio, transfer it over to Illustrator, clean up the lines, throw it into Photoshop?
Mm-hmm.
That kind of how it goes.
Shine, shimmer, some tilt shift. Tilt shift is so sexy. Add some noise to it, stuff like that. And then I might take it back to After Effects to Illustrate afterwards.
Wow. So you got a whole pipeline at this point.
Yeah.
That's very cool. Have you tried, Procreate? Do you have an iPad?
No. I gave my iPad to my nephew for Christmas this past Christmas. I don't think it was good enough to run Procreate to begin with. So I think it was like a little bit too old. Like an iPad 2 or 3 or something like that.
I would have been curious what you think of Procreate versus Clip Studio, because I find it very similar.
I see like the best things from it. I mean, I see Brian's work, Mr. Monkus' work. It's super stellar, and I see a few other people. I think Clint sometimes works in Procreate, but then again, I'm pretty sure you can give him like a stick and some leaves, and he'd walk by 30 seconds later, like, look at that, it's a Grand Cathedral. That's beautiful. You walk away from it.
What's funny, just speaking about that, is I didn't know he actually like traditionally paints, and they threw out a Mortal Kombat painting today of him doing traditional paints, and it was like, damn it, he does everything. And it was cool, but it was also like, you gotta be kidding me. This guy, like, doesn't matter what he freaking touches.
Yeah, that's art goals right there. Like everybody I see, I'm inspired by everybody in my time. If I'm either inspired by them or trying to inspire somebody in my time.
So I want a YungKhan like Bob Ross stream where you're going traditional art, like paint on canvas, doing emotes.
It would be fun. I would order a wig for that. I would.
I will send you a wig for that.
We got to get the beard to fluff out instead, so it's like reverse.
I'll pull a pick out and give a little fluff action.
Here we go. That would be a fun stream.
I can hear it in my head already. Oh my god!
I could actually,
Good.
you know, what's funny
Halloween
is
special.
I feel like you have the personality to really like pull it off as well. So I feel like people would come in and just be like super into it.
They do call me the buff Bob Ross sometimes. It's kind of hilarious.
I mean, I can see. So, do you have any tips or suggestions uh, for any like aspiring artists with some of those programs you were talking about?
Yeah, yeah. Um, don't think about doing, just do. Like anticipating or thinking about getting into something literally will roadblock most artists trying to do anything in their life. Like, I mean, that goes for most things in your life, but don't worry about being good when you touch the canvas, or you touch the paper or anything. That's irrelevant. Like being good out the gate, or being good like a month into the gate, or a year or 2 years. That's not really important. The important part is that you have a desire to create. If you got a desire to create, then create. If you got a desire to create, you're not creating, you're probably like really hurting on the inside, and I'd suggest you stop doing that to yourself. So
Self
I'm not
punishment.
I'm not into self harm. Just literally go out. There's pencils, there's paper, and it doesn't have to be high tech. Like don't worry about getting a tablet, or such and such has a tablet. He has a $7,000 tablet. I need one of those to be good. You don't. I started out with the laptop and drawing with the pen tool in Photoshop. That's where I started at. Literally, took my time. Just not even illustrate. Just you rage, but the rage isn't as great as your desire to like make this thing. But do always do, and if you want to learn how to do anything, if you want to learn how to do anything, YouTube is free and it's there all the time. If I'm stressing about how to do something, I don't go, man, I guess this is not happening today. No, no. If I'm like, how do I make particle effects, happen in After Effects? I'll go look at a 40-minute tutorial and I'll sit there and stop and pause and go back to AE. It's not right. You like go back and you like scrolling through the video like, what did he do? Is it magic? Am I doing this wrong? Like, oh, he had the wrong setting on. That's what I had the wrong setting. That's what. So there's a deep well of information that's available to you to do anything at all. Like you could get a $50 tablet, $100 tablet, paper pen, doesn't really matter. The important part is just getting in there and making stuff happen, and then worry about getting clean down the line. It's like going to the gym. You don't go to the gym like expecting to deadlift 700 pounds. I do. I can't. Doesn't mean I don't try. I'm just saying. Like attempt to do things outside your comfort zone. That's my best tip for anybody.
No, that's really solid advice. I think a lot of younger artists, just with the growth in technology, a lot of them do think you got to have, the top of the line Wacom or, the best computer, things like that. And it's like you really don't. So many artists use just absolutely bottom of the barrel equipment,
I
and
still, I
still,
still don't
if
have
the
a sense.
fundamentals are there, they pull off amazing works of art. So I think,
Well,
like you said, just getting in there and repetition and, like you said, just doing is huge for especially beginning artists.
yeah,
Actually, no,
that's
all
like one
artists.
of that's one of my favorite quotes from Genghis Khan. If you're doing it already, there's nothing to be afraid of. So don't fear the doing. Once you're doing, I mean, if you're already standing on the precipice and you're diving in, the fear is already out the window. You've already died. You already got your hands in. I'm worried
Yeah.
about fixing my car. Your hands already in the mixing. Oh, forget about the fear now. Worry about that when you crash, I guess.
Very true. Very true.
Now, I'm kind of curious. What one feature that what program do you use the most when you're working with emotes or designing new logos or whatever have you for the night? What's the one program that you use the most?
Number one, Clip Studio. It's a one-time purchase.
Ooh, one-time purchase, no monthly subscription fee.
So nice.
That is nice. Now,
And they do sales.
I have
Hashtag not a sponsor.
Oh, yeah. If anybody from Clip
Maybe.
Studios is listening, please look into YungKhan at twitch.tv/YungKhan. No, I'll edit that. That was silly. No, I'm kidding. I won't. No. Now, with Clip Studio, what is the one feature that you have on that you find yourself utilizing the most?
Probably the mirror technique, the mirror tool, the symmetrical tool.
That's fine.
Does
That's
it-
like the first thing that popped into my head.
The
Yeah,
mirror
symmetry
tool?
is so much fun. Yeah, it makes the job so much easier because if you can like get a form down. I mean, this doesn't apply to like doing scenes or making 3D images or anything, but it's something that helps your brain like take the mystification out of like drawing a face. 'Cause you're if you try to draw a face and your hand's not used to drawing like a circle
Mm-hmm.
and like then plotting out where the eyes and the nose and the jaw goes, it can be very daunting. So like jump in and like there's an eye over there. Here's a lip. And there's a lip on that side too. Look at that. And then you like realize, man, that eye is too far away from the center. That ear is way too far away from the jawline, and you start to get these like visual things, but it's instant feedback. This is like drawing an eye and then moving over. This is not right.
That's awesome. I would see myself using that tool. I used to draw mostly in traditional form, and I always had this the same step where I would just kind of draw the head form, and then I would put the lines going across to measure out prior to putting the eyes and the mouth and everything. That way, everything was proportionate and everything. I had the correct spacing for everything, but I should really get into digital stuff. People tell me that because I don't have full mobility of my right hand. So holding a pen I can only do it for a short amount of time anymore. But with the access to digital, I'm becoming slowly and slowly more confident with trying to get back into art and creating stuff because gaming mouses from previous guests that we've had and people that I've talked to in the DCA and around the community the response times are a lot better, and it's a bigger thing for me to hold on to that is more comfortable in my hands. Just having that, I might have to look into Clip Studio a little bit more.
I know somebody that draws with a closed hand. Just they got the pen in their hand like this.
Yeah,
put
but
their hand down on the.
I can't.
You say you can't. You can't make a fist. Oh, okay, I got you.
That's as far as.
Oh, you can like.
Yeah, I have a lot of metal and pins holding my hand together. An accident. It was a stupid accident, but it was an accident nonetheless. But I pulverized 3 knuckles, so I have pretty much pins and plates holding 3 of my fingers together, and then I have another plate in the palm of my hand and everything. So I went through 2 years of physical therapy, and that was the amount of mobility that I have left in it. Like even trying to bend my finger down, it hurts.
Well, have you ever slapped anybody with that hand? Well, and metal in it sounds like it'd be extremely painful.
No, I haven't.
That'd be very deceptive. Like, hey man, I told you stop talking to her. Bam! Oh my god!
I didn't mean to. What happened? I just tapped him. Yeah, no, I haven't. I'm pretty laid back and casual most of the time.
You ever try training your left hand?
No, I have not. This one's fine. It's just I've never been very ambidextrous, so I can't really. Like,
it can be gained. It can be gained. My brother blew off his thumb and like some of the meat right here on the inside of his hand with fireworks when we were younger, and gaming for him was just like super hard until he like learned how to swap. Like you can do most things with both your hands. It's just that you just feel more naturally inclined to do with this hand. Doesn't mean you can't do this one. I had the same problem. It's probably something minor, but it's like switching it to box southpaw. Like it probably it's not natural, but I can because if I got an opponent that's has a longer reach than I do, I can't challenge this side. But to think on both sides of your brain, just like to move to this side and like think on this side of your body and lead with that hand, it helps it's amazing what your body can do if you let it. Because our mind like blocks a lot of things that we think we cannot do because it feels natural. Like natural is what your body expresses itself as, but it can be altered. It can be programmed like anything else, like a car, like a computer. It can be changed, shaped, molded.
We'll plug you into the Matrix, download left hand algorithms.
Can I be Morpheus?
I'm halfway there with all these monitors up here. No, I'll definitely look into it. I'll definitely start practicing a little bit more. I got a little.
It's
more
going to
free
be
time
super
coming.
frustrating at first. I'm pretty sure. It's going to be frustrating.
I think the problem would be instead of following the line, you're leading the line. You know what I mean? So you're going from your right hand where you're kind of following, you're laying down the line and you're following it, and in that sense, if you think about as you're writing,
Yeah.
when you switch to this hand, you're leading it instead. So you got to kind of see ahead in your mind before it actually reaches the paper or screen. But
Yeah, it's like typing. You got to look at the keyboard the first month, and then you're like, oh, this is. You can do whatever you want after a bit of
One
time.
thing
I
you'll
can
never
look
get
over
away
here.
from though, is your palm's always going to be dirty.
Well, that's
My
enough
uncle,
about me.
yeah,
Wait,
my
you're,
uncle's a left. Every time he writes, smudges. Yeah, because like you said, you're leading. So everything that you already wrote, your hand's going over.
oh, so gel pens are the enemy.
Yeah.
I
So
got
he
you.
always had like pink spots on his hand. It's pretty funny.
That's enough of my senseless rambling. But here's a really great question to bring us right back on. I'm sorry for derailing us. Time management is something that everybody struggles with. Everybody. Can you share how you manage your time between your work, home, hobbies, everything, and any tips that you might be able to share with maybe what works for you for managing your time?
Mm. Yes.
Because you are
So
a
what I
busy
have
guy.
here is my book of commissions. Do you know what's on the very first page? The very third page?
The third.
Well, there's nothing on the first page. There's nothing there. But the very next page is you recognizing this?
Hey, I do.
So Joe was the first person I wrote down in here for to sketch out some design work. But what I do is I take all the invoice work I get and I basically just write it all down with the information next to it. So a little dip backs, 3-4 months. I just take it all and write it down. As I do it, I just check it off. I just keep writing it off and writing it off. So when I go to write down what I need to do for the day and the week, I plot out the week in advance to get myself a buffer. Because on average, I can do 7 to 15 emotes in a sitting. And I probably make 40 to 70 emotes in a week. And logo design and rebrands can be within a 2 to 4 week turnaround period because everything you do for the client the first day isn't going to be perfect. And if it is, that's great. But you just give yourself a rotating window around when they get to see the first concept, the feedback, and then taking that into stylescapes, into fonts, and onto the final product, whatever that might be. So knowing your own speed and don't when you're doing art, everyone asks, well, how do you stay inspired? How do you stay motivated to make art? I'm like, I'm not looking at my art like it's some kind of muse or some kind of it's this ethereal thing that I can't grasp. I am a designer that is paid to solve a design problem. So you've given me a design problem. The problem might be I need a pause. I need a lowly mode. I need a logo. I need a mascot. I need stuff like that. So I'm not really looking. I'm not looking at it like, man, I need to make this look like this. I need to be inspired to make this look awesome. I just go with the data provided.
Hmm.
You sketch to solve the problem they put in front of you. So if they want a mascot, two machine guns, be chewing on a cigar, and I want it to look funny, I need to look cool, I need these colors in it. You sketch up. How would that look? I mean, you just basically just like think or look at a bunch of pictures on Google. You just put in funny and look at the first 30 images. You put in army gap, look at the first 30 images because you can get the like literally the internet is chock full of like references. Or you're like, oh man, I need a Terminator like guy. Put in just Terminator or put in like robotic person, and you will see just lists and images and images and images. And you'll scroll through like, and you'll grab like 7 images, and you pull them onto your mood board, and you go like look at laser eyes. You pull like 15 images on that, and like you start piecing things together in your mind, and then you express that in a way that fits the client's expectations of what they want. So I don't really like uh, look at it and think, man, I'm not really feeling this design. I look at it like, how do I solve this problem in a timely manner?
All right. That's awesome. Farron actually referenced using like Google or the internet as the greatest reference tool out there or available to everybody.
Also free,
It's very free
very free,
and it's accessible 24/7,
24/7.
365. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's us. How do you approach between working for doing your art and streaming and everything, but also your home life, like taking time for you, because everybody has to practice self care, but also downtime. Do you kind of set kind of like a schedule as far as okay, I think today I'll stream from 3 to 5. Work on that. Maybe off stream, I'll probably sketch for another 2 hours, and then it'll be downtime for the rest of the night.
I kind of, well, this is my typical day. I get up in the morning, typically, I'll tell you, get up in the morning around 10, 11 a.m., and then I'll go through my emails immediately, go through my DMs, check them, and then I'll respond back as quickly as I can, which takes about 45 minutes. I'm making coffee, grab my coffee, make my breakfast, sit down, eat, watch one episode of Deep Space Nine, and then I go up and
Oh
start
my
working.
man.
I start working like immediately afterwards, and that could be 3, 4 o'clock. But I don't have a time until I stop streaming. I stream until I get the work done I have scheduled for that day,
Hmm. Okay.
because I don't really see like this is the best job I've ever had, and probably I don't look at my daily like tasks as daunting. I look at them like, man, I cannot wait to get my hands in there and just start tweaking things. So excited. It's like every day is Christmas because every day is like something new and something different, except for Pepe modes. That's
I still love
that's
the passion that you just expressed right there,
that's the same.
except for the Pepe. But you still got a little excited over that.
Yeah, yeah, no. It's I will. I don't. The downtime is my workouts. My workouts, and I get to play like an hour or two of Destiny when I get done streaming. Run some Gambit. Um, you know, be very aggressive, and I take all that. All the stuff I've done during the day. I don't know. I don't look at it as it wasn't. Each day isn't very stressful. I've only had like out of the 1,300 clients I've had past 2 years, um, 8 clients that weren't happy or they were very hard, and that's over 2 years. I've always, and no one's ever asked too much of me. Well, some people have, and I'm just like, sorry, I don't know what to do. I don't know. I did my best. I did, but those days are far and few between. Like I gain great joy in people. Like my downtime is literally when people get their art and they open it up and they're like, and they get that excitement. I'm like, and I get that excitement, and then like you people feel, oh, this is the best.
I can relate to that experience right there, that emotion right there. You did a logo for me. Front
Mm-hmm.
page, you just showed it, but also you made the first logo, and we still use it today for the Saint 14 project. And I can still recall seeing that Saint 14 helm, just amazing, absolutely amazing. I mean, there's no better emotion than the joy of seeing something come together and how it was delivered and everything. It's just like Christmas Day. I mean, it's the best thing in the world.
I share in that joy every single time, except for when the job is just like there are times when you get a job where you just it's you were happy to make it for them, but it was sometimes just an uninspired piece of work that that's exactly what they wanted, and you're like, well, they're happy and their community's like happy and everyone's seeing like, well, that's great. But when you get those rare occasions where you like pull like something that they had this deep feeling for, and you express that into something like semi tangible, digital, and they open it up and they show their community, and you like, that's that's what I live for those days. I definitely live for those days.
Awesome.
So
Fantastic. Go ahead.
just to kind of go into you doing your workouts and stuff, I see you share on Twitter a lot to encourage other artists to work out from sitting all day. Do you feel like your workouts have helped you with both keeping healthy, but also like I see a lot of people complain about like lower back pain from sitting in a chair, things like that.
Yeah, your body was not meant to sit in a chair 8 hours a day. It
Yeah.
was not. Like I come from a well, I had ups and downs in my life, like physically. Um, like I wasn't very active in high school. I did martial arts, but I took kind of like a backseat to it. Like I was doing it for like since I was 14. So I've been doing martial arts for about 20 years. Around that sounds rough to say out loud. I've been doing it for around 20 years. But then I got to a point where I moved out of my house and got an apartment. Then I ballooned up to like 220 pounds being a baker. And I'm just like sitting there just eating flour and just bread all day, just the most disgusting cakes and like coffee cake, just day in day out. And then I hit this another stride where I got into martial arts and fighting, and that went on for another 5 years. And you kind of go up and down. And then I hit with the muscle disease. I couldn't really move around that much. That's when I got back into doing art right after that. And once I got out of like bartending, which is my last job before I started doing this, I realized like I like working out, but I don't have time to go to the gym. So I just built the gym in my basement because literally I could have got you know a new PC. I could have got new setup, new cameras, Cintiq, blah 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 blah, all these bells and whistles. But my body's more important than expanding, getting a higher frame rate per second, or getting my pin stroke a little bit crispier. Like that all takes a backseat to what your body is going to go through over the next few years, because your body is one thing that you can't really upgrade. Really, it's you got to do it yourself. There's no like, there's no thing you can buy that's going to make your body any better by just hitting a PayPal link. It's not going to happen. So you got to take your body, like you got to invest in it. You got to invest in your skill set. You got to invest in your body. You got to invest in you, basically, before you can do anything else. So this will be most important. So that's why I bought an in-home gym first. The setup, the Cintiq, and all that kind of stuff, it'll come with time. But if I'm all like, sitting here and I can't really breathe out my left side, and I've gained 56 pounds. I'm just sitting here and I'm just like eating, ho hos and coffee cakes. I'm just slowly like degrading in this chair. That's no good for my art, because then I'm just gonna, you got no energy to make anything anymore. Like I create 8 to 10 hours a day, sometimes 12 hours a day, just create nonstop. But that all comes from like good diet, not a great diet, but a good diet. I mean, I'm not, I ain't eating salad every day actually. But in the morning, I eat like, eat like fatty stuff. I'm eating waffles, but I want to keep. So I work out and power lift, and the powerlifting really helps focus like all the stuff from the day, and you can forget about everything you did because if you do think about it, you're probably going to hurt yourself.
No, that's awesome. I think that's something that's not touched on a lot with the art community is how important it is to take care of your body at the same time. So,
Yeah, it makes your art better.
yeah.
Makes you literally you have more blood flowing in your brain, so you can actually move and make things. Like the more oxygen and the better your blood flow is. I mean, the longer you can make that, the longer you create, the longer you can like stay alert.
Yeah.
That and coffee.
That,
Is there a good routine, something easy enough but also effective for artists that work all day? Ruby was asking this in the chat, and I just wanted to
Yeah.
voice it.
I've been right after. Let me see. When I turned 25, I got into internal martial arts. So I went from doing like a hard style and went to like learning Tai Chi, Shingi, and Bagua, which is all soft stuff. It all helps like loosen the joints, lubricate the knees. That can be done 15 minutes a day, and literally, it's the best thing. It's like is that and walking are the best things you can do. So literally taking your movements and like learning. And again, this is free on YouTube. You can learn any like 8 minute Tai Chi set and take it and take and expand on it. So Tai Chi like top. It's like I would say it's the grand exercise because you can do it until you're 150. Like my teacher's teacher, Grandmaster Chin Qingzhou, he's from Chin Village, and he was in his early 80s, and we were doing push hands, and I was bam, bam. I'm like super muscular. I got cuts all up and down. I got six pack. I'm like 200. I'm like 200 pounds, like raw muscle. And when I doing push, I'm like trying to be soft. And this guy literally was dancing around me, made me look so silly. And he's in his 80s, and I'm like, this is what I'm gonna do now. This is it. This is what I want to be. This is the guy I want to be when I be the guy like sitting there. He's like standing up straight. His back's like it's everything's aligned. I want to be the guy like sitting there. I'm 68. I'm like, oh my god, somebody help me out of this damn chair. I don't want to be that guy because time is going to keep going forward, and your body's going to be there with you.
yeah.
Keep pushing it forward. You don't want to just. I mean, you're like looking fully crunched over at your tablet. You like you like slip and like hit your elbow and you fracture it because you don't have the calcium.
All right. Not again.
Look, it's a like thinking about the future can give you like a lot of anxiety. Thinking about the past and give you a lot of regret. I see this all the time. I don't think about the past. I don't worry about the future. I think about the now, and what I want to do now is get to a point in life where I'm like, I'm still in one piece. So I take precautions in that every day. Like I say, I invest in myself, invest in my skills. I want to learn new things. I want to learn animation. I want to learn this. I want to learn that. You got to invest in your body, in your mind, in your skill set to keep pressing that forward and forward and for the longevity of it. So I like to keep teaching and like keep doing things and keep creating until I go blind or even then I might start. I still want to keep teaching. I want to just keep expanding that and keep spreading that knowledge because the legacy you leave behind it can be very flat. Like money is flat. That's not really a legacy. Having your name in a building is flat. That's not a legacy. Like having a lasting impression on people's lives and how that ripples out across eternity, that's legacy. So that's the thing I strive for. I'm not worried about it, but I like to impact people in a positive way so that they can impact people in a positive way, and they can impact people in a positive way, and what's it called? Pushing it forward, or paying it forward. Man's got it.
Yeah, no, that's really awesome philosophy to have. Just in general, it doesn't even have to be solely about art or, you know,
I mean, everyone has a medium.
individual. Yeah.
Man. Like if some people, it's it's teaching people about cars. It's teaching about automotives. It's teaching people about whatever. But everything has a
Mhm.
heart and soul to it. I'm just a philosophy nerd that happens to do art. Like that's one of the books behind me are like a good 3/4 of them are like philosophy or reference books.
Wow.
It helps keep all this intact. I can't do this 12, 15 hours a day. I gotta everything is you think about tangibly. Everything is expanded outwards, and it's not a metaphysical. It's not like spooky or anything, but you're this shell, this husk we live in is it's one thing you want to energize that bad boy to do everything and to help as many people as you can because people hurt. The same thing Joe does with Project Guardians. People hurt, and to relieve that hurt is like it's a life goal. It's good life
Yeah.
goals to have.
Right on. I might have to borrow some of those books behind you.
I don't lend out books. I'm a book hoarder. There's books like on the floor.
I can tell.
In the closet. There's books on
Is
the
that a
desk.
library book? I think that one's a library book that wasn't returned right there.
Yeah, I can never move. I can never move. If I move, it's over. Literally, I can't. I love my library too much to move.
I
No.
don't know why, but all I'm thinking of right now is Beauty and the Beast with Belle seeing the library. That's like what's flashing in my head right now. Like YungKhan just being like, "This is my library." There's
Have
like a
you
whole
seen the
room off
Samuel
side of his
Charlie GIF
room.
doing that? That yet?
No.
There's a
No.
GIF of Samuel Charlie, his head's like plastered onto Belle's body.
Oh, really?
Oh,
For
you
the
gotta see
Citadel?
it. Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
I'm gonna have to check that out. That's funny.
Yeah, I'm like I try to be a blend of the guy's name of Darth Rocky and one of the guys from the Citadel. I want to be a
Khal
fine blend of
Drogo
the
mixed
two.
with the
Yeah,
Citadel.
I want to be a blend of the two.
My God.
That's funny.
There's our
Hey,
Game
he
of
was a
Thrones
deep thinker in
reference.
his own right.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah, he just wanted to conquer the world.
that's what I do.
Oh,
That's
bringing
it.
it right
Yeah,
around.
you
Yeah.
got it.
All right. Well,
That was subtle.
here's a
That was
question. Since you brought up the library, and a quarter of those books are research books, during the research process, many people learn a lot of fun facts about different things. Can you share a story or a fun fact that you may have learned during your time researching for a project? Did you learn anything? This usually catches people off guard. Tyler's got a great example if you need one to lead, but anything that piqued your interest or something that you didn't know that you would consider a fun fact while researching for something?
That's interesting. I'll let Tyler lead because I've literally that the fun fact could be applied to so many different things.
So, for example, this was a drawing I had back in the day, right? So I was doing research because I was going to be drawing an elephant. So I'm doing this research on elephant references and things like that. And somehow, when I typed in Google for like elephants, it came up that a 747, like 7 elephants weigh as much as a 747 or something like that. So I was like, oh, that's cool. But then because I clicked that link, then like the next link was like how many rivets are on a 747. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. So it basically got me spiraling to where now I know how many rivets are on a 747 when the whole time I was trying to research for elephants.
Oh, that's how half my library got spawned. That's, no, everyone has a gateway drug. Do you know what my gateway drug was?
Rabbit holing?
No, kung fu movies. I mean, that's my rabbit hole. That's why I did martial arts. And I really got heavy into Bruce Lee, and Bruce Lee was into philosophy. And philosophy he was into was like Alan Watts. I picked books on Alan Watts. You pick up the books on Alan Watts, you start learning about Oh, jeez. Why am I spacing his name right now? I quote him all the time. I don't know why. I'm probably just
Confucius.
spaced on it. Not Confucius. No, no, no. He's one of the anti-gurus. Like there's a school of thought, anti-guru, which was Bruce Lee's philosophy. Don't believe in me. Don't believe in anything anybody else. Just want to believe in yourself, and you express that throughout life. And you get that moved into like learning about poetry by Rumi, and that moved into books like by Khalil Gibran, and that moved into like studies about Africa, and that moved into like learning about African war tribes. And you learn about African war tribes, you go back into their colonialism. Colonialism, learn how that spread back to Mongolia, how Mongolians like influence how we do things in the West. So like a fun fact about the like Genghis Khan is he has a lot of ancestors, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like the name, the word, like the salute, hurrah, hooray, hurrah, that comes from Mongolia. That was their battling war cry. So that came from them. So like everything like circles around in like inner loops. That's how like my library like literally expanded. Like everything, there's a book that connects to 6 books, and those 6 books connect to 6 books, and those 6 books connect to 20 books, and they all like come back. Like I have books from religion back there. So when I learned about Christianity, that was like teaching Sunday school. I got into learning about Judaism. I got learned that Buddhism moved into Taoism or Taoism. So you pick up your Tao Te Ching, you pick up your sutras, you pick up your Talmud, you pick up your Quran, you pick up your Bible, you pick up your NIV version, your Dewey Rames version. I got all those behind me. I've read them all. You always go back and you keep stacking and stacking and stacking. You look at the books outside of that. It's everything branches off and everything else. Like all those fun facts go further and further and further.
That's funny you say that. So I got a question for you because you just mentioned the Quran, right? Do you have an English translated version that you would recommend? Because I was watching Robin Hood last night.
Which one?
The newest one. Yeah.
I saw that on.
It wasn't a great movie. Don't get me wrong. I'm not recommending the movie. It was pretty terrible, actually.
I gave the same review this afternoon.
Yeah, no, it's not with Kevin Costner. It's with
No, I thought about Robin Hood. All I can see in my head is Kevin Costner.
Yeah.
So Carrie Elwes. That's it.
But it got me thinking. I was like, because they do this little skit with the Crusades kind of thing, and it got me thinking. I was like, I've never read the Quran. I kind of want to read that. So then I started looking up, is there English translated versions of the Quran?
Yeah.
And there's thousands. So I was like, okay, I kind of want someone to recommend one that they think is the best translation.
The Quran, like the translation, very a little bit from book to book, but the most important book to pick up is probably your version of the Hadith, which interprets the Quran. So everything is through a lens and prism, just like there's Christianity, everything's through a lens and prism of Protestantism or Roman Catholicism. So it can always be there's versions of it that you can pick up, and they're pretty standard. But it's all in the guiding text underneath that one, which makes it turn left or right in the mind of its followers or adherents.
Right.
So you can pick it up on Amazon. Probably the number one top choice for big one.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely gonna be picking one up because I want to read through it.
That'd be cool. And welcome to the episode, Ruby.
Thank you. I'm so sorry about that. I think I pretty much missed everything at this point. But it's been very nice listening to everything as part of the audience. Thank you very much.
Oh, my computer went down. Gotta go. I'm not doing podcast this jerk face.
Ruby, you're just in time to lead us into the 30-second challenge.
Oh, I get to do that. What an honor. Okay. Hey. So every episode so far, we've challenged our guests to draw something in 30 seconds.
Okay.
Usually someone picks the topic, either from the audience or off the top of your head.
I think I need paper. So I don't think my tablet can take it.
Hey, you would be the first one doing it traditionally. This is fun.
All right.
Let's see here. Is there anyone in chat that has a suggestion for what Khan should draw?
Yeah.
I'm ready.
He's
So
ready to go.
far, we've had animals. We had a badass robot. So what was it? A steampunk robot. We've had
Ninja
so far
hamster.
mostly
Ninja
animals.
hamster.
Ninja hamster.
That one was pretty legit.
That was yeah.
I'm not gonna make him draw Pepe. That'd just be
Oh.
cruel. That'd just be cruel.
It would be ironic.
Please
No, you don't. No. You don't have to draw Pepe.
Thank
Okay.
What? No. I got
Star
one.
Trek.
Ooh, Star Trek. That's interesting.
Space.
I'd be kind of curious to see what are they called? Oni masks?
Oh yeah. What Meki draws?
Yeah,
Second Oni? Yeah, I can do that.
yeah. I'd be curious just because it's something that you're pretty skilled in. So I'd want to see how far you can get in 30 seconds with it.
Sure.
Is everyone cool with that?
I'm down with that.
Is
All right.
chat cool with that? Sorry, Spikles.
I know,
Star
I'm
Trek
sorry,
sounds fun
Spikles.
too.
Star Trek does sound fun.
You just tell me when to start and when to stop.
All right. Let me grab that.
I wasn't gonna say anything. I'm like, I wonder. It's been 6 episodes.
sorry.
I'm like, 6 episodes. I have to go. Ruby, did you get the timer up?
Stopwatch. Yeah, I think I need a new computer. I think that's the issue.
Oh no.
Test this.
You and me
Is it
both, Ruby.
responsive? I'm so sorry, Tyler. I feel you so bad. Okay.
It's okay. I'm checking this thing out in like 3 months.
Hopefully I'll be able to get something set up soon. All right, Khan. You ready?
Yep.
Gonna give you 3 seconds to start. 3,
Okay.
2,
1, start.
Holy crap.
Man.
He wasn't
I love
playing
it.
around.
I love it.
It's like one of those overly exaggerated anime noises, you know?
15 seconds.
Now, for everybody listening, as soon as she said go, Khan went right at it. And granted,
5,
he only has 30
4,
seconds to go.
3, 2, 1. Time's up.
Pencils down.
Well, the pen's not that strong, but I got in there and did that.
Did you do what's it called? Contour drawing?
I don't know. I don't know what it's called.
Whoa. It's like
It's me putting the pen down really fast.
it reminds me of
I can see the
contour
form in
drawing.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the pen's not as strong as I thought it would be, so I couldn't like get the lines dark fast. It's kind of sucked.
That looks cool though.
Here's my marker
mine
at.
were
It's like Picasso's Oni mask.
There we go.
It's going in the calendar.
I love hearing that. I love hearing the scribbles, the tangible objects.
Okay, there it's stronger now. There we go.
There it is.
The outline's still to get strong.
Look at
Yeah.
that form.
Sorry, the pen wasn't as fast as I thought it would be.
Oh, no, you're good.
I was like,
Still
why is it
awesome.
not dark? Oh, yeah, it's an ink pen. I haven't drawn traditionally in over, 12 years.
That's funny.
Dang.
But don't lose that because we're gonna need that so we can.
Oh, okay.
We have an idea for later in the year to incorporate everybody's 30-second challenges into something. Maybe a calendar. Never know.
Maybe a GIF.
Possibly.
I'll take a picture of it. There we go.
That works.
There we go.
Nice.
Sorry,
Sparkles,
I
you're
read
right. We
scans
should
on
get a
this.
countdown music in on this. That would be epic.
Oh man, you should have played the Price is Right music.
not
Or the
where I
dating-
was
you
going
should play
with
the dating
country
game.
music.
A pixelated version of like an 8-bit of The Price is Right. Oh my gosh.
Perfect. I would have
So-
kept jamming.
What you need to do now is take that clip and cut it out for future episodes. So it'll just be YungKhan doing his doodle-doos as the music.
You gotta loop it, and then like you gotta put the what do you call it? The auto tune on it.
Exactly. We'll garage band the crap out of that. Don't worry.
I'll give it an attempt. We'll see what we can do. That might be the opener though.
The stream starting soon music.
Yeah. Just while everybody's waiting and we're talking through the media. For the starting stream soon is just going to be a very faint, just do 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 do, and it's just going to be Khan. That's Khan's gift to us. That
Now we
gonna
have
add
to
into
do
it.
it. That'd be too perfect.
That would be perfect. But here we are, everybody, an hour and a half into the podcast.
That's an hour and a half.
It's
Jeez.
been an hour and a half. I
Time
know,
flies.
it does fly. But
My goodness.
Ruby, even though you were sitting in the chat, spectating, is there any final comments or anything that you might want to bring up that you didn't get an opportunity to?
Shoot. I feel like I've been put in the spot.
You are
You
put on
have.
the spot.
Yeah.
I've been on the spot for an hour and a half.
All right. I asked this of several people sometimes. I'm curious where you got your name from.
Oh, I competed in Mongolian wrestling. That's my nickname.
Oh, what? Mongolian wrestling. I will have to look that up.
It's
But I
called
can imagine. Swaija? Wait,
Swaijiao.
I'm gonna butcher it.
I have to write it down. I'll send it to you.
Other tones because that's where I mess up. I mess up with tones.
Shu, why? I learned Mandarin too, so there we go.
I learned a little bit of Mandarin and
Swaijiao.
tones.
It's fast wrestling. Swai, jiao,
Swai Jiao.
jiao. Yeah, it's like a
Jiao.
circular sound. Yeah, here we go.
Gotcha. That's pretty cool. All right.
That is
Mongolian wrestling. Wrestling. And where
Wouldn't be
did
an
you get
episode
that
if we
nickname
didn't
from?
if we didn't have
We don't
Ruby's
have
keyboard.
I'm sorry. I
Gotta put
I
it
am
in.
a creature of habit.
Gotta lock it in.
Oh my goodness.
I love you so much.
But dude, the outfits look so cool, so colorful. Whoa.
Did you do that in Ohio or did you travel
Yeah.
for that?
Here.
Really?
Did you
what
dress
you-
up?
Some of the best teachers
Oh
are here.
my
Actually.
goodness. Did you dress up too?
I wore like it's a Swaijiao jacket. It's like imagine a judo jacket, but with shorter sleeves. And Swaijiao was it's like wrestling. It's like judo, but if you fall on the ground, it's not good. So the point is to stay up and throw people. So like in real life. So if you fall down, you basically just run over. It's meant for combat. Like if you like wrestle somebody and you fall on the ground and start wrestling, we hitting the back of the head with a pipe. So the whole thing with Swaijiao is taking somebody effortlessly and tossing them and making them spin. You get more points. I was a competitor in many martial arts for over a decade, so it's a passion. But I was called Khan because I was so strong.
Like Genghis Khan? Then?
Like
Is that the
Genghis.
reference?
It is.
Genghis
Yeah.
or King?
Genghis. It's pronounced Genghis.
Genghis.
Yeah.
Oh.
That and
Genghis
Star
Khan.
Trek. I'm a big Star Trek fan.
Yeah, I remember that Khan.
Mm.
Oh.
Less
Every
rappy,
stream.
though.
Every stream, it's Captain Kirk yelling it. I love it.
Not so much wrath, just Khan.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm a Khan artist.
No.
Oh, man.
You guys never been to the website? That's the website name, conartist.org. You never been to the website? Oh,
I have.
I never
Trust
put
me,
it
I
together.
never get tired of all your puns.
Was that intentional, or you just?
Yes, that was intentional.
Oh my god!
I mean, I was already con. But
I was
like,
just
I need
on
a
your
website.
website like Saturday.
Con art is taken. Conart.com was taken. Like, oh, that sucks.
Oh,
Con artist. Con artist.
oh my goodness. It works so
Oh,
well.
Yeah. His name is actually pretty fantastic. How often it fits into things.
Oh, not intentional. Not intentional.
Yeah.
Conquer like came out of like a stream title,
I love that.
but it's like Conquer right now is a philosophy in everything I do. So
The puns are one of my favorite things.
pass that on.
I love seeing the how your like physical activities with the powerlifting and everything has motivated kind of almost like a movement for better well-being with the oh god it's off the top of my head right now, but there's a certain not a logo, but what is it for the Saladin lifting with the Saladin?
Oh, the
Iron Lords.
Iron Lord's gym.
The Iron Lord's gym. Sorry, I feel
Even old wolves still bite.
there was
Just
just
tag me on the
somebody.
shirt,
It comes up every so often, but people are so passionate about that, and it's so motivating to them. And every day I see on my social media feeds you lifting for the day and you doing these physical activities, bettering yourself, and just like you were talking earlier. And I find it incredibly just inspiring to keep a better care of your body and do things to better yourself, not only with art and engaging with others, but also physically with taking care of your body and making it stronger. I mean, that's awesome. I really love seeing when I see people post pictures of themselves at the gym wearing one of those shirts. It's really
still
amazing.
I don't know. It's still like I don't believe. Like I had one of the devs pick up one of the shirts like last month, and I'm still like in like all the stuff I've done at this point still doesn't feel real. Like exactly. Like it all feels. I feel like the same person I was, which I am. I'm basically the same person. I just do art a lot more. It's the same person I was 2 years ago. So when you're like, I'm shocked to be here. Like I stopped my stream. I cannot believe you're in my stream. Believe it. Because I'm here. I'm not. This is not. This is. I'm not. I'm not a magical creature. This is not. I'm not a fairy. All right. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not magical like that. I'm not a unicorn. I don't know. People see me in person like, I didn't think you were real. I'm like, I'm right here. So I'm just the same
real
person with just a few more. Which literally is just. I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't feel like I guess they would say the popularity still feel. I don't know. It's a weird thing to encounter, but I don't really. It doesn't really affect me. I don't like some people say like when you get big, I'm not huge. I'm not a big time person. I don't have 30,000 people on my stream. I'm just saying that you gain a little bit of popularity. It can change a person, but they probably that person all the time. Literally, they're probably that person who's looking for out to like get nasty with people. So literally, the money shouldn't. Exactly. You were just being nice just because you want to get hit back in the face. That's not a reason to be nice. You should be nice just to be nice. That's so you can hit somebody in the face and like I can hit somebody in the face right now. I'm not going to do it, but I can physically like take somebody down. But why would I do that to anybody? It's the same reason, the same way on social media. Why would I be toxic to anybody because I got 4,000, 5,000 followers, or I got X number of people on stream. I say I have 0. That's unimportant. Be the person you are, regardless if you're big or small. I'm doing a lot of philosophizing on this podcast.
I'm loving it though.
You're gonna cut like 90 minutes of this thing, then you're like a 15-minute podcast.
95% of my notes are all cutting myself. I ramble more than anyone. and
Oh,
half
that
of
30
it's
seconds
incoherent.
sketch coming. All right, we're done here. That's the shortest podcast I've ever heard in my life. I don't like to get preachy. I don't like to get preachy, but I like to impart what little things I've learned as much as I can.
Well, you even saying that, it's great advice in itself if you listen to it and you actually digest what you're saying. I mean, it can inspire others or motivate them to be better just from you saying stuff like that. Oh, what did I do?
Oh, we're back. Okay,
What did you do?
everything cut out for a second. I don't know.
Ruby, what did your computer do?
It's behaving bad.
No. No,
She
but
says it like it's a child. It's behaving bad.
it's all good. No, it all is great, and I mean it's very everything you're saying is very encouraging, and can be taken as tips to be nice, take care of yourself, and do just
Yeah,
do. If you want to do art, do just go do it.
Do or
Just
do not. There is no try.
all right, Yoda.
But
Okay, here's one thing I do want to say before we get out of here is don't be nice just to be nice. Also be real. All right? Don't be nice just to be nice. Like being nice should be something you should strive for. That doesn't mean be mean to people. That means be kind but be honest. So some people conflate being nice with lying and stuff like that. Be kind. Even when you gotta like tell somebody to be kind. That's it. We need more kindness. Not nice. Nice is one thing, but kindness. I take kindness over niceness. So if like, how's my art? I'm like, it's needs some work. But this is what we can do. We can do this. There is groundwork to build off of. Don't go. This sucks. Get out of my face. That's not going to help anybody. It's going to help yourself. It's going to help them. And then, oh, this is awesome. That's being nice. That. Don't be nice. Be kind, but be constructive.
One thing I learned in high school when our teacher used to take us to museums was for critiquing. And I don't think a lot of people really know, but you should always first try to say something positive about the art you're seeing and then give the critique. You always find something good first. There's gonna be something that's good. And if you can't see it, then maybe you're not really looking.
That applies to a lot of stuff,
mm-hmm.
especially when you're teaching like children martial arts. You can't go and like, look at me, you suck, you suck. Now get out there and do it right. That's not gonna help anybody. That's gonna tear that kid down. He's never gonna come back. He's never gonna do martial arts again. That's why some people still don't want to do art. I was at graphic design school at Kent State, and the first day a girl cried because the professor took her piece, put it up on the board, took a gigantic black marker out there. She's working all night on this thing. She's literally working all night. And like he pulled this marker out like it was the sword of the apocalypse and just slashed out across and we all like our hearts like literally like shattered in 1,000 pieces. And she bawled and cried and we were like, no one wants to do graphic design after that.
That's pretty
Did he
discouraging.
justify himself?
That's
messed up.
There are people out there like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
Don't be that person.
Moral: be kind.
Be kind. Be real. Be kind.
I think that's been my favorite part of this podcast tonight was with talking to you. I've really learned a lot that not only are you a good artist, but you really feed yourself in a like a complete aspect, if that makes sense. Like you stimulate your mind constantly, you stimulate your art, you stimulate your body, you you know what I mean? You definitely develop everything in a whole rather than focusing on certain parts. And I think a lot of artists can get caught up in just focusing on the artwork and not bettering themselves as a whole, which will then in turn better your artwork. So I think that's really
There are skills and gauges, yeah. Like
Yeah.
so like some days you're at 70 with some stuff, and some days you're at 30. Like with but don't compartmentalize everything and just try to like block it all off into sections.
Yeah.
Like, that's how things become broken. Everything like my time here affects my time with the lady. My time here affects time with my work. So today I'm at like a 30 with work. I'm like at a 15 with time here, and I'm like a 10% time with the lady. On Sunday, the time goes up later. The time, everything shifts and changes, but you gotta like find the knobs and turn them, so you don't break things. You don't want to break your relationship. You don't want to break your body. You don't want to break your workflow. Everything's a knob and a dial. Just you gotta like be what is it called? Perceptive to what's going on around you. Because if you don't like look out, like what's the movie with John Cusack? Life goes pretty fast. If you gotta take time to look around, and make sure it doesn't pass you by, because it will.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm butchering that quote, but it's very
No,
close.
I think you actually nailed the
We
quote.
get it.
I'm just trying to think of the movie now.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Thank you. Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
That movie.
That wasn't John Cusack.
Yes, huh? Was it? Oh no, Matthew Broderick. My bad.
There it is.
I'm thinking about Say Anything. I just saw that on VHS a few days ago. Yeah, I watched VHS. Big Whoop. Want to fight about it?
So you guys remember Blockbuster, right?
Yeah.
Do you remember the inside of the jacket, how it said "Be kind, rewind"?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So we were talking about that the other day at work, and it was amazing to me how many of the younger kids at our work had no idea what we were talking about. But we just said,
Fair.
"Be kind, rewind," and they were like, "What are you saying?" Don't worry about it.
I think I single-handedly cleaned out a Hollywood video when they closed down. I was like, I'll take this, I'll take these, I'll take that.
Oh yeah, I did the same thing.
Left like 70 movies for like $15. I'm like, yep, these are all mine now. I still watch this movie, by the way. I do.
Yeah, VHS was a good.
You actually just got me to admit that we still bust out the VHSs every blue moon. Only because there are some Disney movies for the little ones
Yes.
that aren't on DVD or this and that, but they're on VHS. So I gotta dig that thing out of the basement, hook it all in, get those specific little adapter and everything, and put it into the
I know, they don't
TV.
even have TVs anymore.
Breaking out the coax cables.
Yeah.
Oh, back in
We
the
had to
day,
get
they
a-
just used to have the VCR built into the TV. I mean,
Oh,
I had one of those. I remember that. But
they used to sell
careful
those
though.
TVs. I sold them at Walmart. Those are the worst TVs to buy. They always break.
Yeah.
they're
Last year,
nostalgic. That's the
Yeah.
point.
I tried putting in a VHS on my dad's. He has like one of those hybrid DVD VHS players, and that thing ate up the cassette. So watch out.
Yeah.
I don't know
I
who
had a-
still repairs those things nowadays, but yeah.
I had a copy of Total Recall, like original copy.
And nice.
It ate it. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It was like get your ass to Mars. It was if we didn't skip. It was like get your ass to.
I love that movie. It's so good. The original one. New one was fun, but the
There
original
is no new
one's
movie.
great.
There's only the one. There's only one movie.
Fine,
There's
no, I can work with that.
It's like RoboCop. There's only one season of RoboCop.
I don't think I've seen the new RoboCop.
That's okay.
You don't need to. It's all right.
Okay.
It'll
Yes,
be
you
fine.
do. Yes, you do. You
Is
do.
it good?
Oh, it's about my hometown. It's about Detroit. Yes, you gotta see RoboCop.
Oh.
You gotta see
Okay.
RoboCop.
Okay.
Yes, it was the bloodiest like scene in any movie ever. I'm probably holding you guys hostage at this point. Like, wish this guy would please shut up so we can end this podcast.
No, but now you're talking about movies. Now I'm totally vested into this now. So we can go another 2 hours. I'm going to be content if we just keep rolling on the
Oh
movies.
my
I'm telling
gosh.
you. I'm just
Old
I'm
movies.
playing back. My silence was because I was playing back all the scenes from the new RoboCop movie thinking, which scene is he talking about? There was a lot of blood in that movie.
No, the first movie where he gets shot to death.
The very first one, the original?
Oh,
Yeah.
that was pretty
Oh,
violent.
Yeah, but
I
that
remember that.
He had the dad from what was it
Red.
Malcolm in the Middle. Yeah. The
No, it
dad
wasn't
from-
Malcolm.
No,
It was
no, not Malcolm in the Middle. I'm sorry.
70 Show.
The 70 Show. Yeah.
Yeah, Red. That was the first
He
role
shot
I
that
ever
man
saw
to
him
death.
in. I still get it like a mental picture of him pulling the pin on the grenade when he was in the house. He kneecapped the guy and he drops it. For some reason in the 70s show, I just see him like in that
Yeah,
role.
that's all I see him as. I can't see him as that dad. I'm like,
I know what this man has done.
He's just waiting for it.
Yeah.
the
That
other thing
was
would be the
awesome.
reverse of that will be Walter White in Malcolm in the Middle.
Oh
He's the
yeah.
dad in that one. Yeah.
Forgot.
I got that mixed up. Yeah. Bryan Cranston. I'm also a movie file, guys. I'm a cinephile. I watch a lot of movies when I can.
Same here. Don't get me going about Mad Max. I love that franchise.
I think I've only seen 2.
Before
Of the
me and
old
my
ones.
wife got married, one thing I told her, you have to watch the original Mad Max with me. And
I've
that was
seen,
a
I think,
true
the
story.
second and
She
third.
had to rewatch the original. I have them all on DVD and everything like that. I have a lot of just memorabilia stuff.
See, this is going to spawn into a third podcast for Joe. He's going to make the
It's going to be about movies.
Movies with Joe.
movies with Joe. This is going to be the next podcast.
Yep.
Doing a whole series on John Carpenter next month.
Oh, man.
See, it got him excited. See that? He's excited to do this podcast now.
Oh,
He's gonna have a fourth Twitter account. He's gonna be completely just.
there's already a fourth.
Do you need some art? Some
There's
banner
too
art?
much. Yeah. I'll
A
need some
logo?
art for it. We'll get
Yeah.
working on it.
Whip it up.
Oh, I'm
It's
done
already
now.
in pre-production.
Con
It's
guest
forming in
host.
I will gladly jump on a movie podcast again. It was such a good time.
Oh, that would be so much fun. I would just nerd out the entire time. It could be any old school movie or new. It don't matter. Just
How old?
no Billy Jack. Just no Billy Jack. No Billy Jack.
How old can we get?
Billy Jack's pretty old.
That's 79, 78.
Yeah, right in that range. That was a terrible movie.
Yeah, but so was Bloodsport. When we look back at it.
Bloodsport was awesome for,
Yeah, for us.
well, yeah, true.
But looking back on the movie today, it's terrible.
Well, I'll have to revisit it. I know when I see like Bloodsport 17 come out, like, and it's like going straight to like streaming. It's not like straight to Redbox or anything. It's straight to the streaming services now. It's like, oh man, what did they do to that franchise?
Well, the wheels came off. But the wheels came off a long time ago. They're riding a car that's not going anywhere. It's amazing.
I love it when a franchise will start out strong and then it'll just completely just derail just for the sake of carrying on the franchise and this and that and having the rights to the movie. And it'll just be, they'll film it and it'll go straight to the dollar bin. You know, film it straight to the dollar bill. This one's free now. And then just to try and bring it back, they'll bring the original actor back after like 4 or 5 movies. And he's like in the
Tremors.
mentor role or whatever. Tremors. You know what? I'm waiting for Kevin Bacon to make an appearance in that.
Right?
You know, it ain't Tremors unless, you know, Kevin Bacon comes in. But that, come on, man. He was the original. They've had every other actor from all the Tremors movies make an appearance, and he's the only one that
Except
hasn't.
him.
He's Kevin Bacon.
What's the podcast we're talking about now?
Pixels After Dark. It is After
Pixels
Dark.
After Dark. It is After Dark. We will end it there. Khan, thank you so much, buddy. It's been so much fun tonight, and
It's
I
been
can't
my
thank you
pleasure.
enough. It was an absolute blast. Ruby, I'm so glad you were able to get your computer to
So last
cooperate and come
minute.
on to help us round it out at the end. You were very missed.
I'm so sorry. I tried to keep up in chat.
You were doing a
You were
great job.
like a boss, yeah.
Thanks.
When Tyler was in timeout on in the chat,
Oh.
it was like every 45 minutes he would go, "Yep, I would agree with that."
Oh, hey.
See, this is what I was talking about earlier with I'm the guy who lurks, and then if I saw you at a convention, I'd be like, hey, and you'd be like, I don't know who you are, but
Oh.
it's
Freaking me
true.
out, man.
Yeah, I pop in a YungKhan stream all the time, but I like to just sit and watch.
I do that too. I've done that for a
Yeah,
while
see,
for a couple people.
you guys lurk, and I'm a chatter, so I just like to talk. So I'll hop into his thing and go, "What's up, bud?"
I started talking, but I used to lurk too.
No, I power through like 3 different streams. It's usually Cons, Cobbs, and Brian.
Nice.
Those are
Late.
those ones kind of fit into the time frame that I'm usually either getting off work or about to start work. So it's like,
Yeah,
Gotcha.
Gamma's like on after I get off, so
Oh, he starts
I
when I'm like
host
going to
Gamma.
bed.
So yeah, if I'm hosting Gamma, he's up really late.
yeah,
Yeah,
no,
he is.
Gamma's a little too late for me because he's either when I'm trying to get some sleep finally or I'm actually going to work.
Oh, I've gotten up and made breakfast in the morning. He's like just sitting the stream down. I'm like,
Still?
Yeah. He's a
Dang.
night owl. That's his schedule.
I used to be like that the first about a 6-month period. I went to bed at like in the stream like 4 or 5 a.m.
Wow.
Oof.
But I was just like literally I was just crawling at the mouth to make stuff. Just need more time. Here's the sun. I don't care. I'm sorry. I'm like we can end the podcast. We can tie it up.
Oh,
I'm tied up.
I'm
Wrap it
sorry.
up. Do it more time. We're tied up. Wrap it up. Wrap it up. You start playing the wrap it up music when you have a annoying guest on. You start playing that music like on the Oscars.
We're not that
We
high
don't
budget.
have that.
Wrap it up, B.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We'll catch you next time. Have a nice night.
Good night.
You can end.
Bye.
Recording.